If you were anything like me, you're just thinking, is Mike here? Or is he there? Or is he here? Is he there? Is he back? When's he going to be back? Then you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground, state, nation, world that we live in. Appreciate you hanging out. This is my last day of vacation, so I'm driving back, most likely right now, and getting ready to unpack everything and beat the children. And I mean, no, have the children help me. Anyway, so yeah, and hopefully I'm not arrested and just stuck in some Mexican jail. But the correct answer to the question is tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, and we will be having a wonderful, wonderful Go Show, celebrating hopefully a wonderful fishing trip. I mean, family vacation in Mexico. Totally family vacation. 100% family vacation. Not even close to a fishing trip. Nope. Not one little bit of fishing trip. So let's get back to it. There's several things to talk about today, and including one of these. I love the stories about people doing stupid things with animals and getting their butts kicked and all of this. But I didn't think it was to this level, and I don't know if it's something that we should really. I don't know. Let me just read you the headline here because it's interesting to me. The headline is "Bit by a Gator? It's your own damn fault," scientists say. No, I can't agree with this. Ready for this? Researchers analyzed decades of incident reports and found that risky behavior by humans played a role in 96% of alligator attacks. So then they start to list the alligator attacks, and this is from a study in the Journal of, the journal Human Wildlife Interactions. They start by documenting an elderly man in South Cackalack who was gardening near a pond and a gator latched onto him. His wife beat the gator in the head with a tomato stake until it went away. Then it said a list of other recent victims goes on, including kayakers, fishermen, disc golfers, scuba divers, and other senior citizens who were attacked by alligators in their own neighborhoods. Now, where in any of this are you getting human shenanigans cause this? I don't like where we're going here because I don't think it's all human shenanigans, especially 96%. Here's where it gets shady. Researchers found that 96% of recorded gator attacks, some form of human inattention or risk-taking preceded the attack. Inattention. So you're going to say that it's your fault. And the reason why, people will use this study in court cases, and people will get completely hosed because they're like, oh, yeah, 96% risky behavior. And the jury would go, yeah, I see the Journal of Wildlife Interaction, Human Wildlife Interaction. Hell yeah. This is not humans' fault. Inattention is not your fault. If you are gardening near a pond and a gator jumps out and latches onto your leg, that is not that inattention, the attention to tomatoes and not to keeping your head on a swivel because the crocodile or the alligator is going to come out and chomp on your leg until your wife beats it with a tomato stake. That's not that. No, the onus should not be on the damn people around. And now, if you are one of like the idiot that I showed you a while back, the guy that looked like Bob Barker that went through your jacket over the alligator so he could try to get the alligator off the golf course, man, stupid. That's stupid. I get that. That's not 96% of the cases, though. This is a quote. I wondered if crocodilians had an unwarranted reputation for attack the same way snakes do, said the author of this study. It was important to establish a ranking system for risky human behavior because it showed that the overwhelming majority of bites stem from some level of humans engaging in risky behavior in places where alligators live. I don't think gardening is. I don't think disc golf is, which they listed on here. To create the ranking system, researchers dug into the croc bite database, looked at hundreds of years of records of human-alligator interaction. The team then analyzed those records alongside with news reports and investigations by wildlife agencies to determine whether the level of human behavior risk was low, moderate, high, or no risk at all. They concluded that bites and attacks followed moderate risk behaviors, such as swimming or wading in water with known alligator population. Okay. 96% of the alligator bites aren't saying that they in how far back did they said hundreds of years. Let me see. Look at hundreds of years of records of human interaction with hundreds of years ago, 100 years ago. We didn't have anything posted. It wasn't posted like this is alligators are in this pond. Alligators are in this pond. And 100 years ago, in 1925, people just wanted to cool off and get into a damn creek or a lake or a pond. They might have assumed maybe there's an alligator in here. That's not partaking in risky behavior. That's cooling yourself off so you don't die in the summer. In 1925, for the love of God. Unbelievable. Like this is dumb. No. If you get bit by an alligator because you're kicking an alligator, you decide to be crikey and jump on one. Well, that's your own damn fault. 96%. That's absolutely absurd to me. Absolutely absurd. Thanks for hanging out. This is The Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Here's something that I just want to jump off on. We can get to Arizona. Idaho hunter self-reports bear identification error after mistaking a grizzly for a black bear. Listen, it happens. Mistakenly shooting a protected grizzly underscores challenges in bear identification. That is very true. If you are hunting, and this is where I'm going to bring it back to, Arizona. If you are dove hunting, and you are hunting in the second half of dove season, you are not allowed to shoot white wings. But if you shoot a dove that turns out to be a white wing, you can self-report it. Or most people just put it in their bag. Let's be honest with you. Just talk like grown-ups here. Most people just put it in their bag, and then that's just it. They're just like, okay, whatever. Or they'll process it. They'll breast it out and throw it in the bush and be like, oh, sorry, that wasn't a white wing. Let's eat that at the tailgate. Or just call it in and say, hey, listen, guys, I hit 2 white wing today, and it was a mistake, and it was darker than the cloud cover and this and that, or I swung on a Eurasian and I shot a white wing. They're like, cool, thanks for reporting. I appreciate it. That's it. A black bear tag that you have and you shoot a grizzly, it's a whole different ball game. But the key is the self-identification. I mean, this not self-identification. You turn yourself in. Self-reporting. Like, look, I can't say I'm going to sit here and try to clean a grizzly, and somebody comes along. I'm like, oh, thought it was a black bear. No, you make the call. And I'm hoping, and what I didn't get to see in this story is that they let the guy at least harvest the meat, right? Let me see here. Hold on a second here. Florida bear attack. Holy cow! I got a lot of stuff we need to talk about here. Self-report bear. Here we go. Okay, let's get back to this one. So, see the challenges of bear. The incident occurred in Idaho's Panhandle. Upon correctly identifying a bear as a grizzly at the scene, the hunter reported the error to the Citizens Against Poaching hotline. Okay. The hunter is fully cooperating with the ongoing investigation, which is standard procedure for this situation. Black bears are common in Idaho, as many as 30,000 roaming the state. Grizzlies are much less common, with about 100 in northern Idaho. So it does not say what happened to the guy. It doesn't. It just gives the help with bear ID and how to ID a bear, whatever. But apparently the shoulder hump, the facial features, the ears, and the claws are how you tell the difference. Because grizzlies have a big old shoulder hump. You know this, Grizz. And black bears do not. But that's the way to tell. I hope Idaho doesn't become a bunch of idiots and really throw the book at this guy. I hope I hope it was a mistake. It was a mistaken ID. The guy called right away and just made it. Yeah. I just really hope that they do the right thing here. Because I know your game and fish department will. We talked about salvage tags; those are cool. But if all right, I'll tell you the story because it's not. I think statute of limitations is up on it, and it was in Missouri. So there we go. So I was hunting, deer hunting on a over a food plot in a ground blind, and a doe came along, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted a doe. I just wanted a deer for the freezer meat, and I snorted, and it stopped. It stopped walking, and I didn't think anything about it because you stop a deer two ways. You either do like that. It sounds funny, but it's kind of a deer grunt. No, stop. I'm like, what the hell? Or you just go, meh, meh. And they'll, what the hell was that? Yeah. And they'll stop, and that's when you take a shot. It's more ethical that way. Get the deer to stop. So I grunted, it stopped, shot it, put it in the truck, took it back to the farm. Like, okay, here we go. So we're processing my buddy's deer, got that all processed, got that going. And then I went to the truck to grab my deer. I grabbed it by its ear because the head was right there. I was trying to maneuver it to grab its feet. And I felt, oh, crap. Oh, crap. Two little spikes. Come out right here and right here. I shot a buck, not a doe. Didn't have a buck tag. Totally mistake. I mean, there's no way I could have seen that unless I went and, lifted up the dino skirts, so to speak, from Jurassic Park. But I will tell you, this all it was nighttime, and I was like, get it up in the tree. Let's go. Get it up in the tree. Let's get this thing processed quick with a quickness. Yeah. I didn't want to have people come out and take my deer and all this. I didn't want to deal with it. And I was like, fine, whatever, it is what it is. And in Missouri, it isn't like I took out a grizzly, a protected, species. It was a deer. And in Missouri, you understand, there's 900,000 deer at the beginning of the season. There's 600,000 at the end of the season. And next season, there's 900,000 at the beginning of the season. So I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to totally screw up the management of the populations out here in Missouri. So I did. I'll admit that to you. If any of my buddies from Game and Fish are listening, sorry. I apologize. I do. I'm sorry. I had to share the story though, because the ABC's of me. This is what I do. So I'm a self-reporter. I am. I've my buddy Cooper that took a raptor out while we were dove hunting. I'm like, just report it, dude. I go, we got to go check-in stations. It's opening day. There's check-in stations everywhere. So we're just going to go in there. We're going to be like, here you go. This is what happened. And they were like, cool. We're just going to set this down for bird ID lessons later. Cool. Thanks. That's it. They obviously didn't let him eat the raptor. I don't think you even eat raptor. I don't think you do. You might. I don't know. All right. Let's get this. Just some fun headlines here that getting venison recipes. Talk to me. Talk dirty to me. I have no venison in my freezer. I really got to fix that. Oklahoma is thinking about stopping non-residents from hunting on their lands, or at least curbing them. I hate this. Here it is. Oklahoma is making non-residents get permission and pay $100 to hunt on, are you ready for this? Public land. The new limits access to and just pause 1 second if we could, because hold on. Hello, intern Beans. Hello, I'm actually recording a show right now. Okay, can I call you back in a few? Okay, bye. Intern Beans. I told you we are recording these shows, so I'm getting the kids are thinking it's not time for Dad to be on air. What's going on? So getting ready for a trip. So they're very excited. Anyway, let's get back to these schmuckies. Oklahoma is making non-residents get permission and pay $100 to hunt on public lands. The new law limits access for out-of-state hunters to public lands, including on some federal lands. Oklahoma, go home. You're drunk. No. Governor Kevin Stitt, signed it into law on Wednesday. Senate Bill 448 creates a lottery-style permit system for non-resident hunters who want to hunt Oklahoma's wildlife management areas and national wildlife refuges in the state. Non-resident hunters will have to obtain written authorization from Oklahoma Wildlife. That sucks. That just sucks. Dude, that's Oklahoma just taking their ball and going home, or saying, like, I don't want to play with you out-of-staters. That's a bunch of crap. On federal lands? Okay, you want to be bozos on state lands and be that way, and I've got to get permission. I got to be in a lottery, and I got to pay you $100 just to be there. Oh my goodness sakes! Oh, okay. Let's see what Senator Warren Hamilton, the sponsor of the bill. So let's see what this bozo says. The passage of Senate Bill 448 marks a significant step forward in safeguarding Oklahomans' access to our state's wildlife management areas. Why don't they have access? This legislation prioritizes the rights of our citizens while continuing to welcome visiting. No, you're not. You're ostracizing them, welcoming visiting sportsmen from other states through the lottery system and permitting process outlined in this bill. Shut up. You guys are just, why are you making conservation so damn hard? If you want, I'm tired of politicians making, just taking any steps towards conservation. I hate it because you're morons. Oh, this saves Oklahomans. No, it doesn't. It doesn't save them anything. It doesn't save them access. It doesn't save them squat. But I want to win one for the Oklahoma sportsmen. And the Oklahoma sportsman's like, cool, that's a big win for us. They're not thinking nationally. They're like, wait, hold on, federal lands too? That's their land, and that's our land too. We both have access to this. And just so you know, the shenanigans from the public land sale thing going on a federal level, on a national level, that's not over. There's so many concerning things that it was replaced with that you guys, we are under attack by our way of life. Our outdoor way of life is under attack by politicians, period. Idiots like this in Oklahoma that think they're protecting Oklahomans by limiting my access to federal lands that happen to be in their state. No. And who is there to fight this? And that's why, backcountry hunters and anglers, Wildlife for Tomorrow, things like that. That's why those organizations are important to get involved in, because we're the front line. Arizona Sportsmen for Wildlife Conservation, great group. We're a member of that. All the groups that's like a big, Avengers Assemble kind of group. They get involved legislatively. It's the only thing that stands between us and these idiot politicians that just don't seem to agree with, our way of life. And just think that they can legislate their way, and they actually can. I think they're right on when they say they can, and they are. Oklahoma, you guys are killing me on this one. So this one. So we're going to let's get to politicians too, because we'll talk about political stuff. Utah wants to prevent anti-hunter takeover by requiring all wildlife board members to have a hunting license. Sounds cool. Stupid. It sounds cool. I think it's the lesson from Washington State. So here we go. So in most states, including our own here in Arizona, there's the governor. Getting political. There's the governor. There's the 5 members of the commission. And then there's the director of game and fish, deputy director, and then all of the branch heads. And then, that's how it works. In Washington, the governor has been appointed, because these are the commission is governor appointed. The governor has to appoint, the Senate has to approve, the governor has to appoint a commissioner. And there's turnover every year. So there's the new, but they have a 5-year stint that they're on the commission. This is at least here in Arizona. In Washington, the governor has been appointing non-hunters, anti-hunters. In our board, we have to have 1 registered Republican, 1 registered Democrat, and 1 registered independent. In Washington, they're quite literally, the governor is appointing anti-hunters. So Utah wants to get ahead of that and say, hey, listen, our commission, or they call it the wildlife board members, they have to have a hunting license. Citing the efforts to undermine wildlife policy in Colorado and Washington, the bill's sponsor argued that if someone is going to make laws around hunting, they should be a hunter themselves. Having a hunting license does not make you a hunter. Period. Queen Bee has a hunting license. She has a hunting and fishing license. She just does it as kind of a donation to and she likes to fish, but she has a hunting license, a combo license. She'll never hunt, ever. So why would having a hunting license say that I'm a hunter? And the governor's not going to sign this because the governor wants they want to have the power. Like, you can't tell me the parameters in which I can pick my commission. I get to pick that. And it's these instances where we see government and politics and policy collide, and it's horrible. It is a horrible thing to have elected officials managing conservation. Stay out of it. Just stay out of it. The North American model has worked for 100 years. It has saved countless of species of animal. We maintain healthy populations of all 820 species in this state because of the model that utilizes sportsmen and women to help maintain and cull the herds and cull the populations to maintain healthy populations of all the other animals. But, I tell you what, if they have a hunting license, they're pro-hunter. Well, they're not. They're not pro-hunter. No, it doesn't make you pro-hunter. Oh, yeah, they have to have a hunting license. I say show me your trophy room. Then you can be on the commission. Show me the mounts on your one. You can be on the commission. Queen Bee wants to be a commissioner. She'd be a hell of a commissioner. She'd be a great commissioner. Great. I mean, just down the road with down the middle, understands the role that hunters and anglers play in this, and is an environmentalist through and through, conservationist through and through. God, she'd be fantastic. I'm not saying that because she's my girlfriend. I'm saying she'd be literally, when she was just a friend of mine, I thought she'd be an amazing commissioner, a fantastic commissioner. So, and he's lighten things up a little bit. Man, they seem like they're just so very, very standard. Yes, conservation. She'd be a kick in the ass to that entire group. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, she's awesome. So anyway, so that's what's going on in Utah. That doesn't fix anything. Oh, it's just another politician saying what? We're not going to be Washington. We're not going to be this. We're not going to be Colorado. Okay. Let Colorado were introduced wolves like a bunch of idiots, and now they're in different states killing cattle. Like, Colorado and Washington got to get their act together. Somebody's got to change that mindset. It's just awful. It's terrible. It truly is terrible. I mean, that puts pressure on the neighboring states because we got to pick up the slack, and we got to deal with their shenanigans and how their shenanigans impact our way of the great circle of life and all of this and the symbiotic relationship that we have. And I mean, talk about migratory birds that go over their state to our state. I mean, there's so many different things that happen here. And like I said, I mean, Washington and Colorado is going to get what they deserve. Utah, settle down. Don't let your politicians in here to try to fix things. Again, barring me being in a Mexican jail, I will be back tomorrow, and we will recap the amazing the family vacation that we have been taking, and we will see which one of these beautiful beer can lures caught the most fish. This one's kind of, I think this one's going to be a favorite because of the red in it. Yeah, they like, and I think that and and all of them have this backing to it. There's this super shiny thing. But I think the Spellbinder IPA with Wren House, I just think the colors are just going to trip those fish out, and they're just going to want to bite it like uncontrollably. I don't know why I want to bite it, but I'm going to bite it. 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 All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow right here live on The Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of State Nation.